You know what, if PhoneDog's official smartphone rankings that ended in week 30 were any indication, you guys really like the Samsung Galaxy S3. I know I'm spoiling it a little bit, and how's it going? I'm Aaron from PhoneDog.com, but it was awesome to look at the rallying around a certain device as the Apple iPhone 5 came out. If you haven't casted your vote yet, go to PhoneDog.com/rankings, cast your vote, tell us why you like that device as much as you do. So maybe you got the iPhone 5, or you got the Samsung Galaxy S3 a couple of weeks ago. Cast your vote at PhoneDog.com/rankings, tell us why you like that device as much as you do, and then leave a review as well, because your voice matters. Your vote counts at PhoneDog.com/rankings, and you're going to see in just a second how much your vote counts. Now, obviously, I post these videos on YouTube every week, and here's my guess. It's that you guys saw this, you realized the iPhone 5 was out, you were like, I don't like the iPhone, or I don't like Android, I'm going to rally around my device, and the Galaxy S3 came out in a really impressive showing last week. Let's talk a little bit about the breakdown on the People's Choice chart, and just to give you a recap here, the People's Choice chart is where you vote at PhoneDog.com/rankings. You can cast your vote for your favorite device. People's Choice chart, 5th place with 80 votes, the Nokia Lumia 900. That flagship Windows phone, even though it's about to get replaced by the Lumia 920, it's hanging on with 80 votes, and it's packing an 8-megapixel camera, a 4.3-inch display, and more. In 4th place with 92 votes, the global version of the Samsung Galaxy Nexus. Still, you know, processor-wise, a little bit long in the tooth. It's got a 1.2 gigahertz dual-core TI-OMAP processor, a 4.65-inch Super AMOLED HD display with Pentile, a 5-megapixel camera with 1080p HD video recording, but it's got a stock build of Android 4.1. It's in 4th place with 92 votes. In 3rd place with 130 votes, the HTC One X. Now it's hanging on, and its successor just got announced today, the HTC One X Plus, packing a 1.7 gigahertz quad-core Tegra 3 processor. But for now, the US version is in 3rd place with 130 votes. Now in 2nd place, this is where it gets exciting. 2nd place with 349 votes, so almost double the amount as the HTC One X, the Apple iPhone 5. Now this thing is new on the block, 8-megapixel camera, thinner and lighter, got a dual-core processor that's clocked around 1.3 gigahertz. It's got Apple's iOS 6, and it's got a new design, and it came in 2nd place with 349 votes. Now here's where it gets really fun. 709 votes ahead in 1st place with 1,058 total votes, the Samsung Galaxy S3. So you really made your voice heard, and this goes to show you how your voice can count in PhoneDog's official smartphone ranking. So in case you didn't hear that and you don't want to rewind it, 1st place, 1,058 votes, the Samsung Galaxy S3. Now let's talk about the experts chart. The experts chart are a panel of people, myself, my staff, people in the industry that work with devices on a regular basis, have a little bit more of a broader opinion here when it comes to devices. They use several, they work with several, they review hundreds of devices, and they're looking at the general consumer and perhaps not the techie consumer, or not just the mainstream consumer. They're trying to look and see what's best for everyone. Now I would encourage you to go to PhoneDog.com/rankings/experts and take a look and see how each individual expert voted, because what I'm about to read is a combination of all the experts' votes. So for example, just because one came in 1st place or 2nd place or 3rd place doesn't mean I voted for it that way, or doesn't mean Taylor voted for it that way, or doesn't mean Warren voted for it that way, etc. You can go see individual votes, but when it comes to all of them tallied together, here's how the experts voted. In 5th place, the Samsung Galaxy S3 Global. So 1.4 gigahertz dual-core Exynos processor, a 4.8-inch display, an 8-megapixel camera, and more. In 4th place, the Apple iPhone 4S, hanging on even though it's been replaced, in essence, by the Apple iPhone 5. In 3rd place, the HTC One X. In 2nd place, the Samsung Galaxy S3 US version, so 4G LTE, 2 gigabytes of RAM, and a dual-core Snapdragon S4 CPU. And in 1st place, on the experts chart, the Apple iPhone 5. So in essence, the iPhone 5 and the Galaxy S3 just flipped on both charts between the People's Choice and the Experts chart. But here you can see how your vote really counts. 709 votes distinguished a 1st place winner from a 2nd place winner. Your vote can count, because while that's a crazy amount of votes, and I hope that we see that kind of participation every week, I'm telling you, there have been times where I've seen 1, 2, 3 votes make a difference between 5th and 4th place, or 5th and 6th place on PhoneDog's official smartphone rankings. Be sure to cast your vote at PhoneDog.com/rankings. I'll be back next week to talk about week 31. Can the Galaxy S3 hang on? Will the iPhone 5 take it over? Or will the Galaxy Note 2, which just came out in the UK, will it take over on PhoneDog's official smartphone rankings. Go cast your vote and find out next week as I recap week 31, this time next week on YouTube. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week with week 31 update.